I'm Isaac, and every day on this channel we go through everything that Donald Trump posted on Truth Social in the last 24 hours. We saw yesterday how the Dow Jones Industrial Average hit 50,000, and today Trump talks about that some more. He calls it a record stock market and national security driven by our great tariffs. I am predicting 100,000 on the Dow by the end of my term. Remember, Trump was right about everything. I hope the United States Supreme Court is watching. And what he's referring to is the current Supreme Court case on the constitutionality of tariffs and if Trump has authority under the Constitution to put on the broad tariffs that he has today. Well, breaking news from today, the Supreme Court has postponed a major ruling on challenges to Trump-era tariffs, so the tariffs stay in place for now. The case centers on how much power Congress can give the president to impose tariffs under national security and emergency statutes, and the delay leaves importers, exporters, and affected industries in legal and economic limbo until the court eventually decides. And another thing we saw yesterday was a video Trump posted. At the very end, it had this image of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama depicted as monkeys and apes. And for obvious reasons, this caused a lot of controversy. Well, Donald Trump clarifies why this was posted, and so let's take a look at that.
No, I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud, and I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part, and it was really about voter fraud and the machines, how crooked it is, how disgusting it is. Then I gave it to the people. Generally, they look at the whole thing, but I guess somebody didn't, and they posted, and we took it down, and we took it. But that was a voter fraud that nobody talks about. They don't like to talk about that.
So maybe that clears up a few things about that video for you guys. Alright, and moving on. Trump details a big win for Maine and all of New England. He says it's hard to believe you vote for Democrats who did this to you, but not for Trump, who gets you out of this environmental and economic malaise. Vote Republican from now on. For far too long, the radical left has put burdensome and unnecessary restrictions on everything, including our great American fishermen. In my first term, I reversed the prohibitions placed on commercial fishing, but Joe Biden, or whoever was using the auto pen, foolishly reinstated them. Since day one, I have taken historic action to end these disastrous policies, and today, I signed a presidential proclamation to unleash commercial fishing in the Atlantic Ocean, advancing the American First fishing policy. I'm restoring nearly 5,000 square miles of fishing access off the coast of New England, which will revitalize our fishing industry and strengthen our booming economy. Congratulations to all of the great fishermen. Please remember I did this for you against strong Democrat opposition, and vote Republican in the midterms, President Donald J. Trump. And Trump calls out fake news as well, saying, "We need more competition against the enemy, the fake news national TV networks. Letting good deals get done like Nexstar Tegna will help knock out the fake news because there will be more competition and at a higher and more sophisticated level." And this deal is a proposed $6 billion cash acquisition in which Nexstar would buy all of Tegna's TV stations, creating a single giant local TV owner that would reach about 80% of US households if regulators approve it. And finally, let's look at foreign policy, because Trump just had a very important meeting with his friend and the president of Honduras, Tito Asfura, today at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. He says, "It was my great honor to support Tito's campaign. Once I gave him my strong endorsement, he won his election. Tito and I share many of the same America First values. We have chose a close partnership on security, working together to counter dangerous cartels and drug traffickers, and deporting illegal migrants and gang members out of the United States. We discussed many other issues, including investment and trade between our two countries. He loves the people of Honduras and is focused on their health, well-being, education, and economic prosperity. I look forward to welcoming President Asfura back to the United States. Tito, congratulations on your great victory, President Donald J. Trump." And you can see them here. This is Trump, that's Tito. So a pretty short video, but a lot happened. We saw Donald Trump clarify statements about that video regarding Obama, saying that he hadn't seen the whole video. It was just a video on voter fraud, and he didn't see the very end. And he posted it without seeing it, and then they took it down. We also saw him endorse Nexstar buying Tegna and support the president of Honduras, as well as predict that the Dow is going to hit $100,000 by the end of his term. And he calls out the Supreme Court. As we know, they're hearing about the constitutionality of these tariffs that Trump's imposing. So that was everything Trump posted about today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, if you want to support the channel, consider subscribing because we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and it would be kind of cool if I got there. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, and I'll see you guys later.